Hi. How
Hello.
are you? Well, welcome to Beyond the Bag with JantelDenise. We have our inaugural guest, Miss Kesha Chester with KCW Fitness. A little bit about Beyond the Bag with JantelDenise. I am JantelDenise, and we are here to start our journey with reaching out, pouring into our community leaders who love to serve and what is their why? Why are they walking in their purpose behind serving? I'm Jantel Denise, and I have been married to my amazing husband for 14 years. We have three beautiful children. I am a graduate of the Bethune-Cookman University, and I am a proud member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. But the most important thing is I am a servant. I love to serve. I love to walk in my purpose as a servant. So I wanted to reach out to people in the community to see what is their why. What are you doing beyond making money, beyond your bag? How are you serving? So that's how Beyond the Bag with Jantel Denise came about. So I could not and would not do this podcast without having this beautiful spirit, Kesha Chester, be my inaugural guest. I've known her for 5 years. It feels like I've known her my whole life. So welcome, Kesha
Well, thank you for
Chester.
having
Thank you
me.
so much for just for taking this journey. I know we've been talking about it for a very long
A
time.
long time.
So for people that are new to the podcast, which you all are because this is our first episode, if you could just tell us a little bit about who Kesha Chester is,
Okay.
before we dive into all of the amazing things that you're
Okay.
doing.
So I am Kesha Chester. What a lot of people don't know is that my first name is Wanda. So some people hear Wanda and they hear Kesha, so they're confused. But I go by Kesha, and I teach fitness. That's my passion. That's what I do. But then now I'm doing other things in the community to serve.
Absolutely.
I have a nonprofit that is called Chester Healing Hearts and Hope Organization. Okay, as you can see here. So that's what I do. I don't have any kids, but I have a bonus child that me and my husband had because I'm a widow. Okay, that's easy to say now. It took some time, but I could say it. Um, and so I don't have any, like I said, children of my own, but I do have my bonus baby. And it's just me here right now in Tampa. Yeah. Okay, which I do have a brother, two brothers actually, who also live here, and a sister that lives here. But and I'm 53 this month. I let everybody know my birthday is October 23rd. If you didn't know, you know nothing. If you didn't learn anything else, you know a Jet 2 holiday and that my birthday is October 23rd. I need everybody to know that. But I'm just a fun person, a loving person, and I've known this beautiful soul, like she said, for 5 years. And I'm just excited to be here today. To be here today,
Yeah. Speaking of KCW Fitness. Yeah. I actually met her, like she said, 5 years ago during the height of the pandemic. I had just had a baby and I was going through postpartum depression really bad. So one of my church members, or older church members, who was at another church, she messaged me and was like, "Hey, you should come to this step class." And I'm like, "I'm not a step." And that's where this journey began. And I walked in and I'm like, "What is this?" So I went a few weeks, but then they were like, "You should come to Bible study." They would have Bible study after step. They would have Bible study during the week. So I'm like, okay, this isn't just about exercise. So for me, that really, I felt like her walking in her purpose and serving in that capacity 5 years ago saved my life. Not only was I able to lose weight and kind of find my way back to myself, I was able to glean from a lot of her mentorship in the way she served others, and not just women but just people in the community. And I was, at the time, I was able to meet her amazing husband. And he was just an amazing guy. He poured into my husband, mentored my husband. So it was just a beautiful relationship. Like I said before, I felt like I've known her more than 5 years. um I know you wear like so many hats. Because this is Beyond the Bag and we're talking about serving in the community. What does service look like for you? Because I don't know a time where she takes those hats off. She's always serving others and giving. Why is it important to you to serve the community and others, whether it's church or community or just pouring into people that you see have the need?
It's important to me because, and what it looks like to me, it was something that was natural for me because my grandmother always told me, she was like, that's what you do, because my grandmother was a servant.
Your twin, her twin.
Yeah, so I was just like, I just need you to, my grandmother would always say, I just need you to always remember, you serve your people, you love on people, you care about people, take the self out of it. And so for me, it was just something that was natural for me. And then I'm originally from Miami, but then when I came here, it just, the passion for it, it just grew. I wanted to serve in fitness. I wanted to serve at the church. I wanted to serve in any capacity that I could. So wherever I had opportunity to be, to serve, even at my job, it was important for me to groom and to serve people, because where I work at, we would get a lot of people who would come in from, prison and things like that. And it was, I just had that passion to make them feel like, okay, I did that, but now I'm in a place where I can correct myself. I could correct my mistakes. So I will actually lead them and guide them and teach them Excel, teach them how to use the computer, teach them, things like that. So I've just always had that passion to be able to serve in any capacity that I could.
Yeah. Okay, so how tell us a tale of the two Wandas. Tell us, how you started your fitness journey and the tale of the two Wandas. I think that's kind of cool for people to know.
Yeah. So, where I started, the gym that I started at, there was another young lady there, and her name was Wanda. But it's only one.
Right.
So
there could be but one.
Yeah, it could be but one. But I didn't want the confusion with the two names, so that's when I started using my middle name, which is LaKeisha, but I go by Keisha.
Okay.
Okay. So how the fitness journey started for me is that I was a heavy person.
I can't believe it until you see the picture.
Yeah.
You just won't be able to see, that the way you are, the way you carry yourself with your eating, and I just
yeah. So I started because I'll never forget it. I was at my grandmother's house. It was on a Memorial Day. I was at my grandmother's house, and when I walked past that mirror, my life just changed.
Wow.
At that moment when I walked past that mirror. So I started exercising. I started on a weight loss program, and I started other things, and then I began to have a passion for it. And I was like, you know what, this is easy.
Right.
I can help other women do this.
Right.
And so once I moved here to Tampa, I told my husband, I said, babe, I want to join the gym. He was like, really? And he said, okay, there's a gym right down the street. And he actually found it. He went, and I'll never forget the day that I joined the gym, because it was on October 23rd.
Okay.
It was on my birthday. It was on my birthday. Hey, see, that day, we were supposed to have this conversation because my birthday, October 23rd.
Yeah.
So I walked in there, I signed up, and then once I started working out and just looking, and I was like, man, I just found myself helping other people while I was even there. I wasn't working there, but I was just working out. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to get certified in group fitness and personal training. Wow. I went to the owner and I told her, I said, this is something that I want to do. And she said, Keisha, we've been waiting on you.
Wow.
I would never forget that.
Wow.
And so that's how the separation from the Wanda and the Keisha, the two Wandas, like people like to say. So I'm Wanda, the fitness trainer, and then Keisha, the group fitness trainer. Then one day I was just like, no, Keisha is what it is.
Wow.
And that's how that came about.
Wow. Wow.
That's
so
how
talk
it came about
having the right people, the right time, the right alignment. How important is it to have the right people around you, the right circle, who believe in the same vision, who have the same vision?
It is very, very important to have the right people around you, because if you don't, and I've learned this in my journey.
Oh yeah.
I've learned this in my journey. You think you have the right people around you, but you have people around you who are just there to not only pull from you, but to also downplay you. You do have that. And I found that in this field of work as fitness, yes, you say we're all here together, we're all here to do this, but that circle is so important. And I like to tell people this: always tell yourself, okay, I set myself up in this way. If I'm going to be a ATM, you just can't pull withdrawals from me. You have to make some deposits.
Come on, that's good.
So it's very important to have that circle of people around you, like-minded. Okay, God first for me.
That's good.
Okay, God first for me, and positivity for me.
Absolutely.
And we have to be willing to speak life into each other, but also hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
Because when I'm wrong, I need you to correct me.
Yeah.
But I need you to correct me in love.
Right.
And then don't go behind my back talking about
That's
me
good.
because I made a mistake.
Right.
So it's so important to have that circle of people around you that's going to support you and have like minds like you.
Yeah. So even in our 5 years, I mean, this is like my big sister, like my mentor, and she's even told me, okay, sis, you probably should have worded it that way. And it wasn't like hard to swallow because of you did it with love, you know, and I was able to correct, self-correct and just use, you know, like, oh my God, thank you for being obedient and telling me that. And now I can glean from your experience, whether it was mentoring, you know, me as a wife or mentoring me in my journey to fitness. It's true. You can say something to someone and have good intentions and even be right in that aspect, but your delivery can, you know, not allow the message to download. So I thank you for, you know, even being obedient with those tough conversations that you and I have had to have. But I feel like it's in these 5 years, it's helped me, you know, grow as a woman, as a wife, and as a sister. You know, because I remember you and I had a disagreement, and my brother told you after, correct me if I'm wrong, he was like, you need to call her back because you're gonna need her. Yeah. You know, and I don't even remember what we was arguing about, but I just know we were both like trying to get our point across. Yeah. And it was like, it was the way you delivered it when you got back on the phone and we were able to navigate that space. And I'm like, I love her. Like, you made an argument, like, just was poured light into an argument. It was crazy. So it's just the way you pour into people, and like your light never goes off. You know, I love that. It never goes off. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, you're a friend and a mentor, but the way you walk in your purpose, it gives other people hope. Like, you know what? You know, she's going through this big, loud thing, but she's using it to continue to work God's plan for her life. And it's so empowering and so inspiring. I love
that. Well, thank you for that. Because like I said, it's a goal for me to just be a light. Yeah. I just want to be a light, even through my journey and things that I'm going through. I just want to be a light. And me being this light, I just want people to know, you know what? It's a tough time right now, but we gonna be okay. Oh yeah, we gonna be okay.
Like, you're a walking poster board for that. Because we're gonna be, you know, okay. Recently, you know, Kesha lost her husband a few years ago, but through that journey, I've seen her mentor so many people. Like, even during that time, whether it was in the hospital or the home afterwards, you're telling us, you know, y'all okay? You're checking on us. Yeah. You know, and it was the weeks after, months after, you're checking on us. I'm just calling to check on you. I'm like, wait, we should be checking on you. You're right. You know, it was just like, wow, like you're the real deal.
Thank you for that.
So
thank you guys.
Right. I mean, and that is a light that no enemy, no one condemn, right? So speaking of that, how is it and what do you do? Because, you know, people honestly naturally think that you are an extrovert, but many of us that know you know that you're an introvert.
I'm an introvert,
you know,
y'all.
Listen, it's maybe hard to believe, and a lot of people confuse the two because they feel like when you can work a room and you can communicate and you have this big bright personality, but that takes a lot out of you, and you're, you know, kind of pulled from all day. Now, this lady will not tell you this, but her house looks like a model home, HGTV. So like when you go in there, you don't want to sit down because it looks fake almost. What do you do for fun? What do you do to relax yourself and to pour back into Kesha? Self-care. What is your self-care? And a lot of y'all gonna be surprised, but what do you do for self-care?
I clean up my house. That's what I do. Yeah. That's therapy for me. Yeah. And like Jantel says, it's so hard to believe, but y'all, I am an introvert. Like, let me tell y'all something. I sit in a corner and I'm just like, but people who know me, they understand that. But then it's almost when the lights come on. When the lights come on, I'm good. I'm like, you know, I'm like this. But I clean up. That's my self-care. That's my therapy. Y'all, please don't judge me and beat me up for that. But that's just what I love to do. I will, and yes, people come to my home and they like, does anybody live here? I clean up every day. When I tell you I clean up every day, I clean up every day. Being in school, I still get my homework done. I still get everything accomplished. I work a full-time job. I have clients that I train, but you best believe I'm going to clean up my entire house every day. That's my therapy.
And you would be surprised that when we think about fun, like we think about going out to eat or binge watching a show, her idea of fun is like working her craft, of working out. Yeah. I'm like, Okay.
Yeah.
If you've never been in her garage and worked out with her, it's not for the weak. It's definitely not for the weak. But she's having fun and we're dying. We're like, come on.
I'm just like,
one more
because
rep.
people, and that's another thing. I'm glad you said that. People always want to, yeah, let's go out to eat. Let's go here. Let's go there. Nobody ever says, let's go walking. Let's lift weights. Nobody wants to do that. That's fun for me. I know. And my husband, Adrian. So when Adrian, thank God for him, because when Adrian was here, my husband was like, okay, come on, we're going out. We're doing this. Yeah. He was very good at that. So he gave me balance, right? Yeah. He gave me balance. And I can honestly say, now that he's no longer here, I no longer have that.
Yeah.
I don't have that balance. I don't have that balance. I clean up, I work out, and and I do, and I'm on the phone with my sister Ashley a lot. Me and Ashley talk. Shouts out to my baby sister Ashley. Yeah. We talk every day.
Yeah. But we thank God for Kesha. We thank God for her journey. Just tell us real quick, for people that are new to KCW or Kesha Chester in general, tell us what you have working on. How are you incorporating your psychology degree that you're currently working on with your fitness? How are you incorporating that with your business?
Okay, so with my business, and psychology is something that I'm intrigued with the brain and how it works. So for me, when it comes to fitness, my program is different, and this is why. When you sign with me, I don't say, okay, we're going to start working out.
Right.
I get here first. I get into your head, because I know with my journey, there was a reason why I was the size that I was. So I have to find out what's going on with you. Right. Why is it that you feel like it's okay for you to eat ice cream at night, or to just not pick up fruit, but you picking up chips and you picking up what's making you eat the way that you eat? What's going on? So I like to get in the head for 4 weeks first, and we talk, and I get to know you on a personal level. Yeah. And a lot of times, it's almost like a therapy session. It really is, because people get actually breakthroughs. Yeah. And they know, because they don't understand why they're eating until I get into your head. I get into your head and I say, why? Like, what's, tell me about yourself. What's going on? Right. So I use that part to not only connect, and then I say, okay, now that I got you here, we worked on that, it's going to be a little simpler for you to work on this. That's because good. Now there's a purpose for why you're doing it. Right. Not to look good, because fitness is a lifestyle change. People. Right. It's a change. Yeah. It's a change. It's not about getting into that dress. Yeah. But it's this vacation you going on. Right. And then you come back and you're eating like a maniac. Right. It's not that. So I like to get in here, and as I'm training you, I'm reminding you. Remember, you told me this. Remember, you said that. Yeah. Okay, how are we going to change that? What are we going to do? So that's how I like to train. I start with the mind first for 4 weeks. Right. And then I take you on your journey to fitness.
So do you feel like going the mental health route first? Do you feel like your clients sustain their weight loss and their desired outcome more, versus just diving feet first into lifting weights or working out, or the fad diets?
I absolutely do, because once you get here, and I'll talk about myself. Once I got into the head space of, okay, Kesha, why are you eating like this? What is it? I was using food to fulfill trauma. I was using food to fulfill pain. I was using food because I was insecure. Yeah. Okay. And normally people, they'll just say, oh girl, I just love to eat. I just love to eat.
Yeah. That's a trauma response.
It's a trauma response. It really is. Yeah. So once I get into that, I'm able to work on you, and I literally train you based on what you shared with me. Because I'm repeating things as I'm training you. Yeah. I'm repeating those things to you, and I'm saying, okay, yeah, you told me this, and this is how it made you feel, because that's why you went to food. But you also told me you don't like that feeling. So what are we going to do different now? Okay, and I use that as I'm training my clients. Right. That's why my program is different.
Right. So if I wanted to get in contact with you, like, are you on social? Like, let us know how we can reach out to you, so we can, start this journey and be sustained and, be great. Okay. What are your socials? Tell us how we can reach out.
So I'm on Facebook, Kesha Chester. Okay. I'm on TikTok, Kesha Chester 3172, and then I'm on Instagram. It's KCW Fitness underscore Kesha Chester 7. You'll see me there.
So I know we kind of focus a lot on the fitness, the fitness. If you could just tell us as much as you would like about your new foundation. I'm super excited about this foundation. You see us rocking these awesome shirts. We're actually going to tell you how you can get the shirts at the end of the podcast. We're actually giving out a shirt, so definitely make sure you stay tuned to the end. But tell us a little bit about this foundation and how it came about.
So this foundation came about because on March 22nd of 2024, my amazing husband, for those who know him, he transitioned. He went home to be with the Lord. And Adrian was a servant as well. Adrian loved people. Adrian was always smiling. Adrian, he was a deputy sheriff for Hillsborough County. And even in that, we would be out together. Yeah. And people would walk up to him and say, "Hey, now I'm scared because I'm like, do you know this person? Oh yeah. I know him from the jail or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." But they would always come and say, "Thank you for talking to me. Wow. Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you because I don't want to go back. Deputy Chester, I'm not going back." So things like that. My husband was a servant. He loved people. Yeah. And so when he transitioned, I said, "God, I know there's a purpose for this pain." Oh yeah. Because he left me like that. Okay. And I say, "God, there's a purpose for this pain. What is it that I honestly, I can be honest. I say, God, what did I do to get this? Right. Because you blessed me with what I needed, and then you took it back. And God told me, I did. But you also have to realize he didn't belong to you. Ooh. He did not belong to you. Wow. So I said, God, help me with this. What is the purpose in this? He gave it to me in a dream. He gave me the foundation in a dream. And in the dream, he was showing me that I was serving widows and I was serving senior citizens and I was serving children. Wow. And then I woke up out of my sleep. I never forget. I woke up out of my sleep and I began to write. Write it down. Make it plain. Write it down. I said, I got to write it down. I got to write it down. Yeah. And that's how the Chester Healing Hearts and Hope organization came about. And that's what we do. We serve widows, okay? Yeah. And elderly and children. Yeah. Because what I learned during this journey of my life, you don't know what to do. Even though everything for me, thank you, Jesus, my husband did everything right. When I tell you I had to do nothing, I didn't have to do anything. But during this time, when people would be coming to me, they would say, "Kesha, my wife or my husband passed away or my child passed away, and I don't know how to feel this out. I don't know what to do. What steps do I take?" A lot of people say, "I don't want to live in this house anymore because we lived in this house. I don't want to be here." Right. So I was able to partner with moving companies and other people. So when they reach out to us, I can say, "Okay, we'll get this done for you. Okay, I can go to the funeral home with you to help you out, through this, to help you go through this because I get it." Right. Because when you're grieving, you're vulnerable. And you make decisions that you didn't even know that you made. Yeah. So it's good to have that guide with you for someone to help you. Absolutely. Okay. For someone to definitely help you and to say, "No, you don't have to do this. No, you don't. Yes, this is correct. No, this is that." Because I had a gentleman that came to me and he said, he was like, "Yeah," he said, "I don't know what I'm going to do because, the funds they're getting." Okay. Yeah. And then so I asked him, I said, "Without getting in your business, can you give me an example?" He was like, "Yeah, I went to the bank, I paid off all my wife's debt." And I said, "Was it in her name or y'all name or how did it work or whatever?" And he was like, "Oh no, she had credit cards." I was like,
he just didn't have the knowledge.
He just didn't have the knowledge to know, and especially it's even better because they didn't have a joint account. Right. She had her own account. He didn't have to pay that. And he paid all her credit cards and all, and stuff like that. And I like to tell people, they say, "No, I had to pay it." Tell them to show you where you signed it.
Yeah, that's good.
Tell them. So it's things like that, just helping them on. And then they in the program, they get some counseling. I'll tell them, okay, you can go here, you can go there, or whatever, and it's good. The foundation has really really been good. I love talking to people. I love encouraging them and motivating them and just helping them in that way so they can have that ear. Because thank you, Jesus, let me tell you something. God blessed me with a wonderful circle.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I have people that look out for me to this day.
Yeah.
And we're going into year 2.
Yeah.
You know, to this day, people still look out for me, help me, encourage me, because grief just comes from out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's not linear. It's not.
It just comes from out of anywhere, and you're just like, what is going on with me? And I thank God that I have a circle that's so close to me. They know Kesha's off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, you don't sound like yourself.
I don't sound like myself.
Yeah.
But I'm so transparent. If someone say, "Are you having a good day?" No, I'm not.
Not today.
Not today. I'm not having a good day today. Yeah. And you got to be careful with me because you don't know what you get when I'm not having a good day. But yeah. So
but it's always your delivery. It's never, from a malicious place. You'll kind of give us a disclaimer like, hey,
yeah,
it's not a good day.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, we share the same pastor. He just completed a series on being offended. Like, that's one thing I do love about you is it with your words. You're very careful with your words because you don't want to offend people.
Right.
However, a lot of times this grief journey, like you said, is not a straight line. You may accept it one day, you may feel guilty, you may want to bargain with the Lord if I would have done this. So it's like the 5 stages of grief. You don't go through it in order.
Right.
And I love that you always let us know, like, if we're walking in a space a day you're not okay, you let us know.
Yeah.
So how has the Chester Healing Hearts and Hope Foundation helped you on your journey these past 2 years? Pouring into people. How has that helped you?
I love that question. It has helped me because I'm able to help other people. This here, serving people, when you're in a place, a dark place, one of the best ways to get up out of that place is to serve other people.
That's good.
That's one of the best places you can get to just serve other people. So Chester Healing Heart has helped me in that way with the phone calls that I get where people say, well, Kesha, can you just come by and talk to me? What's going on? Why am I feeling this way? And a lot of times I just do that. They just want you to listen.
Yeah.
They just want you to listen a lot of times. You don't even have to speak. So when you're in a dark place, that's how it has helped me and healed me, because I'm still healing, but I know that with God in this, I've healed because I'm serving. I'm serving. I'm constantly giving. I'm constantly giving what God told me that I'm supposed to do. And a lot of people always say, well, what about you? What about you? What about you? This is me. This is the what
I need.
This is it. So that's it for me.
Drop the email the website and let us know how we can get to Chester Healing.
Okay. It's Chester Healing. Okay. Chester Healing Hearts and Hope. Okay. Foundation.
Okay. So let's just say we need some services right away. And let's just say because of you use the financial component. Is there sponsorships? Is there something? Is all of that listed on the website?
All that is listed on the website. Okay. Everything is listed on the website. And I also like to tell people this because I do understand when you're grieving and when it comes to finances and things like that, just it's a number on there that you can contact us. You contact us and talk to us. You'll talk to me or you'll talk to one of my other staff, and we will take care of you. It's going to be okay.
Right. So don't be afraid if the finances is an issue. Please reach out.
Yes, please reach out.
Please reach out. Please reach out. Lastly, I just wanted to do the book of the week. I want to dive into this segment. This is something that I'm super passionate about. Like I said earlier, we do share. We go to the same church, and our amazing pastor, we get up every morning with him at 6:30 to get on the prayer line and do his teaching. He has an amazing new book coming out. We're both saying we're getting it Sunday.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure you check out his previous book, You're in a Place Too Small for Your Call. Like, you got to get that book first.
You
like
have to get
Kesha behind the scenes working the camera with her eyes lit up. Listen, he has his new book coming out, but before you try that book, definitely get the last in that book. Place Too Small for Your Call, because we're talking about serving. We're talking about serving, and a lot of times people are put themselves in this little box, and you can't serve in that box. So you got to get out of that small place. And this book changed my life. It literally was. it kicked me into doing this podcast. Cause like I said, we've been talking about this podcast for over a year. And I read that book. I ordered it. I read it. I got on the teaching every morning. So definitely we will drop the link. Dr. Jomo Cousins, You're in a Place Too Small for Your Call. That's our book of the week. And he just revamped one of his other books. We're going to get that as our book. Fully Equipped is the new revamped book. And listen, look at Keisha's face.
I'm ready.
Like we're ready. We're ready for the teaching because we're on every morning. So the books of the week are You're in a Place Too Small for Your Call, and Fully Equipped is the new book. So we want to make sure, like, hey, get out of that small place and get fully equipped.
Get fully equipped. Let me tell you.
So those are the books. So shout out to Pastor Jomo and Charmaine Cousins.
Yes,
we love our pastors.
We love our pastors.
And we want you to come and just join in love at Love First. So just shout out to Love First Christian Center and out here in Riverview, Florida. We want to make sure that you're serving, you're walking in your purpose. But we just want to thank you all. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to Beyond the Bag with JantelDenise. I cannot wait to have Kesha back to tell us all the great things she's doing. Y'all check her out Wednesday at Summerfield Center to come get your step on with the Extreme Hip Hop Step, and every other Saturday. So she has a lot of other stuff going on. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This is super excited. I can't wait to get this out to the world, and we can start this journey together. So thank you all from Beyond the Bag with JantelDenise, and we look forward to you all walking this journey with us.